Welcome to another great Monday session at Unique Speaker Bureau International. All about really trying to build better workplaces, better work environments, and a great opportunity for you to be able to get to sort of see and engage with some of our fantastic speakers all around the world. And Claire Boscq is no exception to that, of course. In fact, Claire is like really kind of the full package, to be honest. I mean, we talk a lot about fuel, ignite, accelerate at Unique Speaker Bureau, and Claire really comes into the ignite part. You know, you can book Claire. She's kind of owned the name Conference Energizer, which energy energize, but really exactly what Ignite is all about, where Claire can help you not just MC an event as well as sort of really organize team building initiatives, interactive kind of engagement sessions, as well as fantastic keynote presentations. So yeah, just looking at actually what Claire does, she is rated one of the top customer experience gurus in the world, which is a really fantastic accolade. She basically helps and reduce. Well, she has come up with another sort of product that she bolts onto it called Biz Shui, which I was fascinated about, where it's a sort of a combination of feng shui, but also what that can actually mean in proper modern day business practices and how that aligns. And what does all that mean? It can mean that you reduce your stress from your employees, which automatically helps to give them a better experience, a customer experience. It improves trust. It improves employee retention. It just gives you sustainable energy within the workplace, particularly now that we've moved more into a hybrid kind of environment. So yeah, I think today, I think really let's look at Claire in a very positive way about how you can bring her into your conferences. She's got unbelievable packages where she includes her travel. And yes, she is speaking to us all the way from the Channel Islands this morning, Jersey.
Yeah.
She's got the beautiful Cape Town background going. So over to you, Claire. Take us away. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul, and thank you. And it's lovely to see so many nice faces that we recognize there. Lovely, lovely to see you all. And good morning. It's Monday morning. How are you all feeling? Yes. Oh, we've got some thumbs up. I love it. I love it. First thing in the morning. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm not seeing everybody. I'm not hearing everybody, but it is so, so cool to be here with you. And I'm excited, right? I'm pumped. It's Monday. And what is this week? It's going to bring us. This is amazing. So I'm going to take you on a little virtual tour. Yes, I know, because we are virtually, but I think it'd be really cool to go to Dubai. How about we go to Dubai? All of us right here, right now, in a split second, we arrive in Dubai. We're there. The sky, all the sky scraping up in the sky. It's blowing heat. I'm just so hot. It's like a big, massive heater on me. And we're walking down the road. And suddenly I turn right because this shop seems really cool. And as I turn right, there's a bear in the middle of Dubai. Oh my goodness. What am I going to do? What are you going to do? Hands up if you're going to freeze. Hands up if you're going to, yeah, freeze. Oh, yes, I can see a few freeze there. Hands up who's going to run the other side. Yeah, and flee. Yeah, anybody fleeing? Yes, Kathy, thank you. And the last one, I think maybe Paul will be that one, but we're going to take that bear on and we're going to fight him off, that really little bear here. Oh, yes, when that happens, we kind of get into that fight or flight and all of our body takes over. The subconscious, we've got a little brain at the back of it. It's our laser brain. It's the amygdala brain, and it actually take over. And that's what happened when we're in a stress situation and we see a bus who's going to kill a child, and then you jump in front of the bus, or you see somebody going into a fire, saving people. This is the amygdala. Our whole body takes over, and subconsciously, there's nothing we can do about it. So when that happened, it's because we've got hormones who are running through our body. And when we're stressed and anxiety, we have our cortisol. We've got adrenaline who are really kind of getting things going. And those hormones are really good when we've got a bear right in front of us. But when we haven't, and that's becoming a daily thing, this is when we've got a problem. And what if that little bear, instead of being a big bad bear, becomes a really cuddly, loving bear that you just want to hug, you feel safe in his arm, and you just want to continue feeling good with that bear? Well, suddenly you start releasing happy hormones. Oh, yes, do happy hormones. We've got the dopamine who starts kicking in as motivation. It's all about that anticipation. Is that whoop, whoop? You know, when you start getting going, it's so exciting. Dopamine gets you really excited. You've got oxytocin, and oxytocin is all about, it's the cuddle hormone. You know, when you cuddle somebody or you get a massage done, oh, this is so beautiful. You're releasing really happy hormone. And the serotonin, oh, you know that one, Liz, you know, when you put that little chocolate in the middle of your mouth and you just goes, this is beautiful, releasing serotonin all the way. And last but not least, endorphin. You know, when you do sport, you know, that high level and it's just really, really hard and you're going for it. And you really don't want to be doing it, but you feel so good afterwards and it's just releasing all those happy hormones. Did you know that actually by laughing out loud, you will release as many happy hormones as what you do when you're doing sports? I don't know about you, but I think the second one is a good one for me. And so the hormones are part of our body. And the way we think, with the way we feel, so the hormones making you feel good will make you behave a certain way and will make you feel and think a certain way. So our state of being, the way we feel, affect the way we think, and the way affect the way we behave. So when we feel good and we are very happy and that little bird's giving us a hug and we feel good, we're going to think good and we're going to be in the happy hormones. We're going to really kind of positive breeds positive. So when you are actually in a workplace, if you think about it, and that really bad bear is not a bear, but is actually your boss who is waiting round the corner to kill you because you've not done something right. This is what happened in workplaces. This when the stress is not just coming in. And every time, every day, you start fearing, you start feeling anxiety, and you just start behaving like that. You know, your whole body stop being productive. They stop being creative. You know, you're not waking up in the morning thinking, oh, I'm going to be in a bad mood today, or I'm not going to be creative today. No, it's the environment who creates all that. In a workplace, this is what happened. And the thing is, we also have in our brain some little neural mirrors, mirror neurons, even the other way around. You know, the French girl, she gets the words wrong sometimes. And, you know, those mirror neurons, they're actually giving us that somebody's in front of us and you're actually repeating that. Have you seen that where somebody's yawning and then suddenly, oh, everybody starts yawning, or you see that little baby and the baby's laughing and you're like, oh, it's a baby, and you're smiling at the baby and you're smiling and it suddenly cries and your face just goes. And of course you're doing that because we have those mirror neurons. And so at work and in a workplace, you've got one person who's feeling stress and anxiety. Everybody is going to feel like that. The behavior is going to start bringing everybody in that same environment. So we want some happy employees. We want people who come with us because the positive breeds positive. And let me just share a little bit. I'm definitely not a neuroscience. Never ever book me to be doing neuroscience medic. That's not me. But in a very simple way, we've got two sides of our brain. We've got the left brain, which is our neocortex brain. And it's the action, it's the doing. Let's do it. Let's get on with it. You know, it's the conscious, it's hearing, it's doing, it's the thinking. Let's get on with it. And then we've got the right brain. And the right brain, it's the subconscious, it's the intuition, it's the feelings, it's the emotions, it's the touching. It's all those parts of our brain where that brings that yin and that feminine energy into what we do. So to really be able to bring the two of them together, we need to be able to think, feel, and behave in both ways. Let me just remind you, there's only two people that we really need to look after in a business, right? We need to look after our people, our employees, and we need to look after our customers, our external customers. With the two of them, this is very simple, right? In a business, you only need to look after two people, right? Is it just? Well, if we have really high advocacy in on our customers and we've got very loyal employees, we're going to have a thriving business, right? This is just very simple. If we have advocacy in our customers, but really disengaged employees, you may have a very fragile business, and that's not where we want to go. But the worst is if you have very apathetic customers and very disengaged employees, this is the road to defeat. This is the road when you really start going down and down and down. And a lot of companies are losing and have closed down. This is what happened to me back in March 2020. I think you all remember those dates. It was really a time where unprecedented. It wasn't because I wasn't looking after my customers or my employees. It was because of that little pandemic who hit us all. In 3 days, everything was gone. I had a really beautiful mystery shopping business for 12 years. I was a single mom with my 2 children. Mystery shopping was the best job in the world. I was getting paid to get my nails done, to sleep in hotels, eat in beautiful restaurants. I mean, that was the best place on earth. And in 3 days, it was all gone. And I crashed. And I crashed so much, I didn't know what to do. I had my 2 children to look after. And it was that moment in life where there's nothing you can do. It's out of control. I was too small to sustain anything. I'd lost faith. I'd lost faith in myself. I lost faith in the system. I didn't think that no one cared. You know, there's a survey who shows, Deloitte survey, who shows that 88% of US workers go into their organizations every day and they work for somebody that they don't think care for them. I mean, let's that sink in a little. 8 or 9 out of 10 people in the US go to work every day thinking that no one cares about them. I mean, no wonder this high level of stress, no wonder this high level of sickness days and health issues and mental issues, because all of that makes people feel that they don't want to come. If no one feels for me and no one feels that care for me, why should I give them everything that I have? So, you know, we are entering a new era, and it is time for businesses to evolve into the higher level of consciousness, to really take businesses seriously and take their people, their customers, and the environment and put that in the middle of everything that we do and start measuring their success by the way they make people feel. So the question is, you know, the shift is happening. We need to get on with it. It's whether you are going to be with that shift and you are going to be leading the movement, or whether you're going to stay behind and just be another one casualty closing down your doors. So when I was thinking about, you know, putting some strategies together, and there's always, you know, we need to do, you know, different 5 steps. I was told 5 steps was good 5 steps. So we're going to do 5 steps. And, you know, really, if you're really looking to thrive in your business, those are the 5 steps that you need to follow. First of all, it's all about grounding and all about bringing your people and really looking after your people in your organization. Number 2, it's about aligning your culture and having a culture of trust, engagement, and care, and really showing and putting everything together to make sure that everybody, your employees and your customers, know what that culture feels like, is like, cared for. Number 3 is our environment, and Paul talked about it a little bit earlier. Yes, the subconscious, the outer energy of our business, it really is so important, and it works on the subconscious level. We don't realize, a little bit like the amygdala, you know, gland. It just affects all of us. If we work in an environment who's healthy, who's got light, who smells good, we're going to feel good in ourselves and we're going to be delivering better service. So our environment, harmonizing our environment is a really big part that most businesses forget about. And then, of course, number 4 is the expansion. If you do those first 3 steps really seriously and really good, you're going to have expanding. You're going to have customers who are going to come back. You're going to have loyalty. And this is what it's all about. And number 5 is radiating. It's all about celebrating success. It's all about bringing it all together. And it's all about being together as a successful business. So today, because of the timing and because we talk about satisfied teams, I'm going to go into the people strategy. So there's 3 real strategies that you need to start with. There's so many more, but if you start with those 3, you've got some really good way to get started and really ground your people into a place. You know, we talk about we talk about customer experience and customer journey mapping a lot of the time, everywhere. Everybody talks about customer journey mapping and mapping out all the touch points. Why? We need to do the same for our employees. What happened to our employees from the moment the recruitment part of it, the moment that they onboard your business, the moment that they start working in the organization, the development, every touch point should be mapped out around our employees' experience, because you want to know how it feels working for you. They want to know what's working and what's not working. So really creating a really good strategy on your employee experience will help you to make your people feel part of your organization. Strategy number 2, stop spending money on marketing if you don't spend any money on training, right? Hands up if you're with me on that one. Woohoo! Oh, yes. You know, definitely. All hands up. I mean, this just flabbergasts me to see organizations spending thousands of dollars on billboard and social media campaign, and they do not train their staff. How can you do that? How can you expect your people to be able to welcoming all those people that you're plugging into your business if you're not training them? How do you think they're going to feel? They're not going to feel good. They're not going to sell anything if you don't train them. So train, and train again. Give your people the tools to deliver amazing customer experiences. And so training, the number 2, is crucial. Do not see training as a cost. It is an investment in your people. And the last one is well-being. Again, it's all about how do we feel? If I feel good, if you feel good, if your employees feel good, they're going to deliver amazing customer experiences. And well-being strategy is not Fruity Friday. Please, please, please. You know, Fruity Friday is good. A yoga session a month is good, but it is not a well-being strategy. We want to really look for something that is very emotionally, physically, mentally. You need to put some strategies which really are going to take over that whole comprehensive and holistic approach to making your employees feel good and yourself as a leader as well. So 3 very simple strategies. You know, when I lost all the business and I was in such a state, I cried every day. I mean, I think I cried so much I had no tears left in my body. And one night I just went up because I didn't want the kids to see me cry again. And I just went up to my room, and that night the kids came up with me, and they both lie next to me. And my baby girl put her hand on my hand and she said, "It's going to be okay, Mom." My baby girl was comforting me. And suddenly it was an electric shock. My whole body shook. And I'm thinking, what are you doing, Claire? What is happening with you? You know, you're so strong and powerful, and you're thinking always, you know, what could you do for some other people? You need to give all those tools that you tell other people about to yourself. Bring some self-compassion. And just seeing my 2 children there made me realize that I had all the tools in my toolbox. And suddenly we went to bed. My head was going round all night thinking about different things. And one of the best tools that I always find, and I'd like you to do it with me today, I'd like you to come on a little visualization, a little anchoring of happiness. So if you're going to put your two fingers together, just the index and the thumb, and then if you could just close your eyes, and then we're going to take a big deep breath in and out. And again, in and out. And now I'd like you to visualize happiness. What has happiness means to you? What does it feels to you? What can you see? What can you hear? Is it joy? Is it laughter? Can you make it bigger? Can you make it shinier? Can you laugh with it? You've got a smile on your face. I can see some of the smiling on your faces that is coming. I could feel the happy hormones running through your body. Make it shinier and bigger and feel that energy and that happy hormones running all the way from the top of your head, all the way down to your toes. And then it starts building up and it's brighter and shinier and it grows up all around you. So there's a big, big, shiny ball of happiness around you. And as you feel that, just press your two fingers together and really feel that moment of joy and happiness and bring that smile on your face. And now you can just let it go and reopen your eyes. We've just anchored happiness. It's just a little moment. If we can give our employees some little tools to really anchor happiness, to bring joy into their daily lives, whether they go to the toilet for a couple of minutes and smile at themselves in the mirror, or whether they use the little anchoring and actually, being able to feel happy within a few seconds. We need to give tools to our people and ourselves so we can be happy in ourselves. We can feel good. We can think good. We can behave in a positive manner. The teams who score up to 20% up on the engagement reduce 41% of reduction in absentees, 59% less in turnover. Those engaged teams, those engaged people bring more to the table. They're loyal, they'll deliver more, they'll be more creative, they'll be more predictive. They will bring profit into your organization, because when we feel good, we'll be more in flow, we'll be more confident, we'll be more energized, we'll be more enthused, and we will be proud of everything that we do on a daily basis. About 30 years ago, I worked for a little organization called Disney World. Yeah, Mickey Mouse was my boss for about a whole year. And I worked in Epcot Center in Florida, in the French pavilion, which was amazing. And one of the quotes that I've never forgot, this Disney World was the first ever organization that I worked that really meant what customer experience and employee experience meant. Before we left for Epcot Center, I had a whole Bible to read, from the size of my nails to the size of my heels, to know exactly all those touch points throughout, to really be part of the Disney family. And Disney said, whatever you do, do it well. Do it so well that when people see you do it, they will bring other to show them how well you do it. This is what it's all about. When we feel good, when we build our heart into our businesses and we're managed with our head, this is how you're going to create satisfied employees. So remember, start with the 3 strategies. Map your employees' experience, train and develop your staff, train, and train again, and really create an environment where your people are going to feel good, whether it's from the outside energy or the inner energy, because when you put your people in the middle of everything, it's not just your people who are going to feel good. It's your customers and it's your bottom line. Thank you very much, everybody.
Well, wow, Claire. Thanks for such an incredible kickstart to the week for everybody. I think we all feel energized. I certainly do, and I loved your visualization. So Brian, he's the COO of Better Place to Work and one of our partners. They're all about bringing, just creating better work environments, just as you are. And as we've said on these calls before, it's great to see such synergy. You were talking about you can energize teams within the workplace, and then there's a measurable kind of instrument needed for that, and that's where Better Place to Work can really complement it. But we had a question from Brian. He said, "How do you encourage employees to consistently deliver service with both ownership and passion?" And I'm really hoping you might touch on the biz shui kind of scenario that you studied as well. I mean, we may not have time for that, but it sounds so intriguing as well. And I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but yeah, maybe over to you on that question. So, how do you encourage employees to consistently deliver service with both ownership and passion? Ownership being the emphasis, the big word at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all about making people feel valued, right? If I feel valued, I'm going to be delivering amazing customer services. If I'm giving the tools to do it, if I'm empowered to be able to deliver amazing customer service, this is how the whole organization starts. So when we have trust, when we have engagement, when we have care, this is when the whole shebang works well, right? But all those touch points, we talked about, the inner energy. So yes, the people, but like you said, Paul, I talk a lot about the outer energy and how our environment will affect us. So if I want to feel, be in an environment which is gray, which is dark, which smells, creating a place that isn't, productive at all. So we need to look at what's happening outside. So because it will affect subconsciously inside. And that is very often what is forgotten in organization. And so, all of this really starts together. Make your employees feel valued, empower them, train them, give them the tools to deliver that, trust them. Those are really kind of keywords that we really want to be able to make sure that they are empowered, they'll take accountability. And as well, Brian, thanks for the question, but it all starts from the leaders as well, right? If our leaders lead with their hearts and manage with their head, then the whole organization will follow. They're showing the example. So having leaders which are really kind of, very consciously do those kind of work and really look at all of the sides of the business is really how we would do that.
Thank you. And we have another question from the Better Place to Work team. I mean, surprise, surprise, this topic is of great interest to them. This is from Mercy, who heads up global development. Infectious energy is what she's saying. Thank you, Claire. Completely agree that mapping the employee journey, investing in training, and showing genuine care for well-being are critical. Curious though, which of the three do you find organizations struggle with the most in practice? So that's to recap. It's the investing in training, showing genuine care, and well-being. And which of those three do you think they, in your experience?
I think the three of them.
Okay.
I have to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the three of them. I mean, you must see that as well. Even Better Places with the product that you're offering. If you don't map out that employee experience, you're missing out some of the steps. If you don't align your recruitment, if you're recruiting somebody but you haven't aligned your questions of recruitment with your values, where do we go from that? That is just as simple as that. If we don't start recruiting our people, the people who are going to work for you with the values of your business, that's never going to work. They're never going to do. So, they are simple, but they're not easy to do. And I think sometimes having the guidance and experience of people who've done it before and being able to follow some step and a template is the best way. Again, training for me, this is a real pet. I don't know how to say in English.
We got you, pet hate.
You got me.
Yeah.
Pet. That's it. That's the one.
Yeah. Maybe because, just didn't want to use hate.
I know. But that's the first thing that everybody cuts. I mean, like, you see it. The first thing that you cut is that kind of budget. Hello, if your people don't know what they're selling, they're never going to sell. If your people don't know how they're going to talk to people, how they're going to feel, if you don't give them the tools to build rapport and to really kind of sell properly, they're never going to do it. So all those kind of things, it's not just about training on the product, it's training on everything else as well. And that's kind of the transferable training that you do I talk a lot about NLP, so neuro linguistic programming, and bringing some of those training techniques. How do you connect with people? How do you, look at, mirror them, and all those kind of little things. And those are daily things that you're going to use in the organization, and you're going to use it in the daily life. How do you communicate with your people? How do you communicate with people around you? Those skills are just not soft skills. They're essential skills, people. Let's do this.
Mm, lovely, lovely.
And well-being, again, well-being, I think, with the pandemic, there was a big thing. We put well-being in front of it, and then once we're back, it just seems that it's just gone back to Fruity Friday. And it's, there's a big gap into, real strategy where we really care about our people. And if I care for, I will give great service. I will be there. I'll give everything that I can to that organization. If I don't feel valued and no one care about me, why would I do anything for them? Sorry, Paul.
So not at all. There's no sorry. So a lot of our customers that listen to that join us in today and in other Monday sessions and that listen to the recordings. They're often, curious about the type of speaker you are, our speakers are. So, and I think you've got a bit of a reputation for a good reputation for kind of being at the conference for the entirety. Like, in other words, staying for the day, getting involved, rolling up the sleeves, adding input to various, just managing the energy really of the sort of the before, during, and after of the conference. And would that be accurate? I mean, because I'd like to send a clear message to conferences overnight, our customers out there around the world, that
Yeah,
you're ready for this.
totally, Paul. I think again, I think for me, it's being part of an event. It's not, coming and doing something. It's being there, and it's being spending that time, so we really get to understand who the client are, the audience. It's listening to the other speakers, so you can start picking up some of the things that they said and bringing back into your, talk. So it feels, really aligned, and it feels in flow when you're doing something, and it feels like. I think it feels like my customers will feel that I care for them, which, it's quite good. And the audience will feel that they're part of it and there's something around it. I mean, I think it was in Doha, I went in Doha, and there was two big rooms, and then the organizer came and said, Claire, can you come in that room and just, help us out in that room because no one's moving. And I'm like, yes, give me a mic, let me just, bring it. Let me just get
Just
them
imagine.
moving.
That's fantastic.
So between that and I feel it is because we are there and we want to give the best for our clients, and so you very quite rightly say, Paul, and we talk about that on the customer journey mapping. It's the before, the during, and the after. So for us speakers, when we're creating or we be part of an event, we need to think about that before. I was messaging Kathy, 2 or 3 times last week, making sure that we had the right thing before. I messaged her first thing this morning to say, hey, I'm here. So she didn't have to worry about, it. And now it's here. Now we're doing that. I'm going to connect with all of you afterwards on LinkedIn and all the steps, because that's what it's all about. That's how we bring connections, and that's how we build our community of speaker. That's what you guys are doing as well with the Unique Speaker Bureau. You're creating a community of people bonding together with the same passion. So we need to do that for our customers for sure.
Great answer. All right, Claire, surprise, surprise, we've gone way over time because, it's interesting. We could talk to you all day long. So we've one more question from Shay McConnell, and then I think we'll definitely wrap it up, Kathy. But Shay is the founding member of Better Place to Work. And yeah, I think, Shay, could you give us your sort of the closing question of the morning?
I would be delighted. I would be delighted, Paul, because so much, Claire, what you were talking about, and I love your energy, I love your insight, the practical things, excellent about bringing your heart to work, all those good things. And every time you came out with something, I was going, yes, yes, that's what Better Place to Work is about. Yes, that's what organizations need. So my question is, there's a massive alignment there, massive. How do you keep it going? The awareness, the change, people moving forward on the journey. As we know, initially the energy can be there, but after 6 months it can be waned, other things take over. What in your experience would be good ways of sustaining the change?
Yeah, I think Definitely. And again, it may be, oh, it's easy, Claire. If you speak to an organization, it is 20 people, it's easy to do. We've got 20,000 people. How do we do that? And I think part of, the way you're bringing a strategies together on your employees experience, on your customer experience, all those kind of ways is creating champions. And because you're champions, remember, we've got, people by people, positive breed positive. So if we have champions who are really kind of bringing that and creating that in all the different teams, you can keep those empowerments. And when I went to Dubai, so about 3 years ago, I left my little island of Jersey and went to Dubai. And the idea was to go onto bigger stages and really kind of talk to bigger audiences about the importance of ECX and what it's all about. It's really about creating people with the same passion, and then it starts mirroring, and you got this little pull, and it's like a ripple effect into the organization. So the more people you get it, and it's about having proper strategies in place, not a one-off tick box. Oh, let's do mystery shopping because it's good, we've ticked that box. No, if you're going to put a measurement in place, you need to measure consistently, you need to share the results, you need to make people feel that they're part of it. Never ever put strategies without bringing your people together, without asking them the questions, without making them accountable for it. Bring that trust, bring that care, and bring that engagement in every step, every strategies, everything that is implemented. Listen to your people, and there's a lot of other things that can be done. But celebrating success, oh my goodness, how many organizations forget to celebrate success? When somebody say thank you to you, isn't it just a beautiful feeling? You release so many happy hormones. And it's not about pay rise. It's not about, a bonus. It's about being recognized for the work that you do. So know your people, know the name of their cats and dog, really kind of get personal and get those ambassadors, those champions, those smiles champions to really kind of keep that engagement going throughout the year and bring people together again. Businesses, organizations are mini communities, right? We need to create those little beehives and really create that community where it all starts from the top and everybody take that responsibility for it.
I tried really hard to listen to your words, but I failed miserably because of your energy and enthusiasm and love and belief in what you are doing, which is exactly what Better Place to Work is all about. I never met soul alignment before, but yeah, Claire, thanks.
And I think, just one last thing, I think we need to bring more soulfulness into our businesses. We do. I think we still have so many organizations who are just about all the stats and the figures and how do we sell more and how do we do this. Actually, let's bring some of that yin energy. Let's bring some of that feminine. Let's bring soulfulness into what we do, because that's when people start really caring and feeling that you care for them as well. Thank you, everybody.
Absolutely brilliant. Just to close off, I've just got two things, because I think I've worked in both environments. The first one was many years ago, where my boss would never, look at the good parts. It was always complaining about the bad parts. And eventually it just got too much. And it was just like, okay, I'm getting here on time and I'm leaving when I should be leaving, and off I go. So I've seen that side. And then the other side is just, especially working remotely, it's all you need to do is just send a message, just say how you're doing, or oh, I heard this was happening, and it just makes such a big difference. So I've kind of worked on both sides, and there is a huge difference.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, we talk about, that when I do my big presentation, I talk about three customers, which is, the advocates, the one who love you. You've got the apathetics, the one who are just like, they come to you or they're not. And you've got the saboteurs, they're the killers, they're the one that destroy your business. Well, if you think about it, your internal customers are the same, right? You've got your Kathy coming into work and really kind of happy, and then you're not making her feel value and you're not caring for them. So she becomes an apathetic. She comes at 9, she finishes at 5. she's really not bothered. And then the third one is your bad apple, right? Your rotten apple who stays by the water cooler and spreads rumors, and then we move through that. And if you don't keep your advocates loved and cared and cherished, and that little message, hello, how you doing? Are you feeling okay? And those little things are the things that are going to make a difference. And it's not a big gesture, it's a tiny little things making people feel careful. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it was amazing having you online. I think everybody's been inspired for the week. So yeah, that was absolutely great. And then next week, obviously, we're going to have another session. So I hope everybody can join that one too. And have an awesome day today.
Thank you very much, everybody. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.